Yeah.
Why don't we kick things right off with the big YouTube news this week? How do they manage to do this? It's almost like they try to make the most unpopular possible decisions. I mean, we had that one thing recently where I was like, oh, that seems pretty cool, where they had the AI-powered likeness recognition, so you could opt out of having AI slop using your likeness all over the platform. That
was cool.
That seemed pretty cool.
That seemed like objectively good.
And then they followed up with a triple whammy worth of updates and policy changes with an AI super resolution upscaler that's planned to be applied to all videos under 1080p. Oh, was it all videos or all live streams? Okay, I seem to remember seeing an email about live streams, but this says videos, so that's interesting. As well as a crackdown on both violent video games and gambling content. This expanded crackdown, which goes into effect November 17th, is paired with more stringent age verification, will prohibit content that directs viewers to online gambling sites, which now includes digital goods gambling like video game skins, cosmetics, and NFTs.
Oh, wow.
And YouTube will also be age restricting casino-style games without real-world monetary value. Big G is also adding broader criteria for violent video game content that will be age restricted, such as scenes of torture or mass violence against non-combatants. So this is a whole bunch to unpack. Let's start with the stuff that I wholeheartedly agree with. YouTube does not need to direct people to online gambling sites. If anything, I think the professional sports space could stand to learn a little bit from YouTube here.
Has YouTube not been taking advertising from gambling sites?
See, they have, which is why I'm finding the whole thing kind of confusing. So rules for thee and not for me.
Yeah.
But can I just take this as a small...
I don't think so.
Yeah, it's not really a win, is it?
It really feels like maybe they're just trying to take all the pie from gambling site funding.
Right. But from which country?
All
is it American Pie? Is it...
I'm just recognizing that you don't have a Halloween costume, which is a Halloween costume because other people dressed up as you. So if you dressed up in a Halloween costume, it would actually kind of screw the whole thing up, which is like the most amazing loophole ever. And I think very good.
I went as a tech YouTuber.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then, so we've also got the bit where you're not allowed to direct viewers. So yeah, you can't direct viewers to online gambling sites, which now includes video game skins, cosmetics, and NFTs. I mean, oh man, how do we? Okay, because I actually do support that. Because it was clear that nobody else was going to do anything about it. And so it feels like for YouTube to step in and go, yeah, no, you actually can't do that. I like that. I also honestly really like the idea of age-restricting casino-style games, even if they don't have real-world monetary value. I do think that there's a level of extreme that's not necessary. Like, I don't know if you remember this, but a little while back, there was some controversy around, like, even Pokemon Blue getting banned somewhere because
there was the casino.
Has a casino in it.
Seems a little much.
Yeah, that seems a little bit much.
It's not a core mechanic. If I remember correctly, I would just skip it every single time.
Yeah, because you lose all your money.
Yeah.
But like in general, I think I've spoken extensively enough in the past about my frustration with gambling mechanics being introduced to children in everywhere from video games to real world settings, like the
Happy
collectibles.
Meals.
Yeah, Happy Meals, even arcades, right? Like you think you're playing a game of skill, what you're actually playing is a game of chance, and you are putting in a whole bunch of money. Then at the end, you get a little dopamine rush, barrel of monkeys or whatever toy, and you go, wow, I won. But what you actually did was lose. And like I've had to have that conversation with my kids where they go, oh yeah, the best deal in the Castle Fun Park prize bin is this or this. I'm like, actually the best deal is if mommy and daddy had just spent the money that we spent on these gambling games and just bought you a barrel of monkeys. But of course, that wouldn't have been as fun. We just need to recognize it for what it is. Paying an amount of money to have the amount of fun that was playing these games. The prize is not a prize, it's a sucker prize. Which sometimes is a sucker, if you like lollies.
Which could be all right.
Candy.
Oh. Oh.
Anyway, does anybody know if YouTube does allow gambling ads like on the site? I don't. I have YouTube Premium, so I wouldn't really see stuff like that. Like, can you?
Too.
Like, do you get ads for like I don't know, what's a gambling thing? Poker Stars, is that still a thing?
I have no idea.
I have no idea. What's one of the sports ones?
Betting. I don't know.
What's it's? Oh, okay, yeah, okay. Innsbrill says it's all gambling ads.
Yeah.
They've seen stake ads, seen DraftKings. Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah. DraftKings. That's one of the ones. Okay, cool. So yeah, man, this does feel a little bit rules for thee and not for me. But then again, it is.
Time.
It is. Okay. So,
If I can try to, I don't know, devil's advocate is that the right term for this? If I
Yeah.
can try to vouch for them a little bit, which I don't necessarily think this is accurate, but if I can, maybe they think at least that they can control the narrative around their ads more. Maybe they can target it to the right people being adults. Maybe they think that they can do that stuff a little bit better than creators just being unable to because they're just blasting their video out there, and then
you know what? I'm gonna
can watch it.
I'm gonna take this as a small win still then, because they could get even more money because they could sell like gambling content targeted. Hold on, just a second. They could sell gambling targeted gambling ads against gambling content. And there would be more money in it for them if they allowed that content to go to the broadest possible audience versus if they restricted it in any way. Extremely small W. I'm talking like 3-point, okay, on an enlarged sheet of paper, like on an industrial printer, okay?
Yeah.
But there is a tiny W in there. Small W.
I don't know, because I think the gambling content still happens because a lot of original back in the day style, and I'm sure this still happens, gambling, creator monetization was gambling sites giving people a ton of money to gamble on their site. So it was like in a lot of cases undisclosed sponsorship effectively. And then actual just sponsorship. What they're cracking down on is linking, not making that content, I believe.
Digital goods, blah, 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 which will prohibit content that directs viewers to it. I mean,
directs viewers.
But they will also age restrict casino-style games without real-world monetary value. It's like, no,
So casino-style games without real-world monetary value. So it could still have real-world monetary value if it was a real casino. And they're only actually restricting you from linking to it. So, to my interpretation, you can still make that content. You just can't link to the site that you're playing on. Does it say link or direct? It says directs.
Strengthened approach. Okay, here, I'm going to bring up the original source, okay?
Sure.
Prohibits content that directs viewers to online gambling sites or applications that are not certified by Google. So yeah, it comes down to
certified by Google is very different wording than what we had in the doc.
Including digital goods. Yep. Social casino content. Okay. Graphic gaming content. Yeah. It's. I got to be honest with you. It's pretty hand wavy. It seems like there's a lot of room for interpretation here, which
it's going to have to be
is
in their defense.
Yeah, is pretty much what you have to do when you create site guidelines. I mean, this is not a law, right? Google is not the law.
And if you make it super specific, people will just work around it. It happened to Twitch, and they just became a laughingstock. You like have to do it vaguely, unfortunately. So we'll see what that actually turns into. The violence in video game one is interesting.
Okay, I wanted to unpack a little bit separately. Sure, let's move on to it. You know what? You're right. Yep, let's talk about...
I saw some speculation online that this was preemptive for the GTA 6 launch.
Oh.
Which actually, I had basically the same reaction of like, interesting. Because there's going to be an insane flood of content. It's probably going to be good, but whether the game is good or not, an incredible amount of people will play it, and there will be an incredible amount of content made about it.
Yeah, and a lot of it will probably include scenes of doing things to NPCs that could constitute torture or mass violence against non-combatants.
Yeah, honestly, everything. There will also be gambling. Like,
right.
There will also be the skins. There will also be, like, literally everything in this update will have something to do with GTA.
Oh, that actually makes a ton of sense.
Who knows? But I saw that idea, and it seemed super legit to me.
It also could just be something that's been on the docket basically forever, and they've been waiting for a quiet moment to just kind of make these changes and roll them out. I was not expecting this to ever happen, and I got to tell you, some of our content would fall under these guidelines as potentially being age-gated, which is sort of a downer because this is the next section.
Like what?
What this means for you and your content. Content uploaded before November 17th, 2025 that violates these guidelines may be removed or age-restricted, but will not result in a strike. Remember, age-restricted videos can stay on your channel for 18+ audiences. So I tend to...
What content do you think would get...
Whenever we fire up Cyberpunk, just as like a benchmark, I tend to play Carmageddon. Because then I don't have to aim, and we can just kind of, rip around in the city, and it attracts the police, which gives me an opportunity to get into a firefight. Like, it just is, it's not necessarily
a scene of torture, but it's definitely mass violence against non-combatants.
Yeah, it really is, isn't it?
Yeah.
See, I always thought of them as just sort of digital pixels. I didn't really, think it mattered.
Persona non-combatant, yeah.
Yeah. So this could affect a not totally insignificant number of our older videos.
You should find a, generic clip of some I don't know. What's that? There was some terrible Flash game back in the day where you took care of horses. You just brushed horses. You should get footage of that. Just every time you go on a Carmageddon spree, it just covers the screen with it. YouTube appropriate content.
Yeah,
I don't know.
So you can make edits. YouTube does have their built-in video editor tool you can use to trim or blur the footage, but you'd have to make any changes before November 17th. So we would have to find whatever videos have this. We'd have to go in, and I think realistically I'm just going to not bother, and then anything that they flag on us, we're just going to appeal and then fix in the meantime, and then we'll hopefully sort it out that way. There are some sort of guidelines that they use to determine whether it's violative of their policy. So the duration matters. If the graphic scene is sustained rather than fleeting. So for compilation videos, they will now consider the cumulative duration of all the graphic clips combined.
Okay.
And then there's prominence. So if the violent imagery is zoomed in or is the main focus of the scene, and this one bones me a little, if it's against realistic human characters. Yeah.
It's a small portion of the video, though.
Yeah, so maybe we'll do okay.
You've got some credit there.
Yep, some social credit, I was just in China, so I had social credit on the mind.
Here, I found a YouTube acceptable game. You just run around and you collect carrots. Jump. We did it. Yay. Oh, wait. More carrots. Jump. Oh no, I made it.
I actually don't think this is acceptable. I learned recently visiting the Bunny Cafe in Vancouver with my daughter that carrots are actually too sweet for bunnies.
Are they too sweet for horses?
Not healthy.
Oh.
So, no.
What are they supposed to eat?
No good.
Root vegetables?
They can eat leafy greens.
Okay.